I literally never put my hair up like this. I don't know why I decided to do that for this video. Okay, now my hair's frizzy. Okay, let me brush my hair. So all my products are downstairs because I haven't unpacked from college yet, but we're gonna work with what we got and just get ready for the day, have a little recap, life update, I don't know. I am gonna do my hair in a little bit. I always start with skincare first, so I'm actually almost out of the products I'm using, but it makes me super excited because I can buy a whole new skincare routine and see if there are any differences in a new routine or not. I have had mine for like quite some time now. I don't think it's benefiting me. I really want to switch to all La Roche-Posay products because I've seen so many people with acne have it clear up after using all their products, or I want to do Beauty of Joseon, if that's how you say it. It's a Korean skincare brand, and I want to see if just having like one specific brand for an entire skincare routine will be helpful or not. I honestly don't think it'll be any different than having like different skincare products, but I'm kind of lost in like where to go from here after I finish all the products I've been using, and I think having all the same products will keep me a little calm. The pros of getting La Roche-Posay is because it's at Target. It's so easily accessible compared to Beauty of Joseon, where I'll have to go onto like Yes Style or something and buy the products from there, wait for it to ship. And right now, like, I'm really on the brim of not having any products left, so just having to wait for that ship time, especially during the holidays, I don't know if it's worth it or not. But sometimes I can get lucky and find products at Marshall's. And the one thing I do like about Korean skincare brands is that they have cleansing oils and cleansing balms. I feel like I haven't found a good cleansing oil at Target yet or at a drugstore, so I'm gonna have to do more research on that too. But I know Beauty of Joseon has a cleansing oil, and I think it's at Marshall's. Yeah, so I've been using this Intense Barrier Cream by Sungjung. I hope that's how you say it. And it's almost done. I really like how thick it is, but it's been more of a daytime. No, it was originally my nighttime skincare, and then I used Kate Somerville in the morning, but now I'm out of both, and this one I maybe have like a good week left of. So just due to time constraints, I might have to go for all La Roche products. When I was really struggling with acne in high school, I was using La Roche, and it helped me out for a little bit, but something went wrong where my skin kind of just bounced back to its original state. So I don't know where to go from here. Also, every time I come home, I break out immensely. It's so bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's just how it goes. It also might be the weather, but I think I'm gonna put some benzoyl peroxide on top of these, just so that they can calm down a little bit. I can't really see in this camera, so we're just gonna wing it. Oh, I recently started mouth tape, and I don't know if I see any significant differences yet. It's only been a couple days. I think it prevents me from snoring, which I also enjoy. I still have to like do a little voice memo of me overnight to see if it actually does stop me from snoring. As of now, I've been really enjoying wearing it. I'm not really sure why. I feel like I get better sleep When my friend tried it with me, she made a good point that in the morning, when you get morning breath, it's already like, you could taste it, you already know. But with the mouth tape, it's more pungent, and I feel like she felt this first and then I agreed. And then we felt like it was just a stronger morning breath taste. I was getting used to it, but when she pointed it out, I was like, oh, like that makes so much sense. If that's something that you probably are not interested in, I would refrain from using the mouth tape. I gave her a couple extra sets so that she could try and see how she likes it. I also gave my mom some to see what she thinks as well. So I'm putting everybody on. But I really do think it helps my sleep. Or I'm just in need of sleep, and that's why I've been dozing off so much. Like, I think I've been sleeping a little bit late, but I've been getting 12 hours of sleep every night. But I also just finished finals and fall semesters, so I'm being lenient on myself. Not being too hard on myself, because there's no need. It's the holiday season. Okay, but that is it for my skincare. Let's move on to makeup. I'm kind of contemplating doing makeup for hair first, but I think I'm going to do makeup because my hair is still a little, she's really wet. But I don't know, because when I do my hair, sometimes my makeup will get messed up because of just like moving around. I think I'm going to do my hair. So let's get into that. So like I said earlier, I don't have my normal products, but I did bring my shark home this time. Not remembering this, the last time I came home was dreadful, but we're back. So I think I'm going to use the hairdryer attachment. I don't have my normal heat protection either, but I do have this Olaplex number 9 bond protector. It's a nourishing hair serum. It's more of like a gel-like consistency. I don't normally like using it, but it's antioxidant rich serum, protects, softens, and improves manageability for all hair types. And it provides heat protection of up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So I do like that as well. And you can put it on damp hair. But today I'm filming an outfit video, and then I'm also going to do some Christmas things with my cousins tonight. So I just want to have clean, fresh hair. I'm not trying to put too much of this gel on because adding too much product to my hair makes it greasy. So let me try to show you the consistency of this. It's just like, yeah, it's a gel-like consistency. It's very tacky as well, I think, if I, like, super tacky. I really like it for some slick backs though. I've recently tried it on that, and it's been super nice. But I kind of just combed this through my hair, really focusing on the ends, because my hair is dead. My friends and I have been doing that trick where you lift your hair. My hair is wet right now, so it's super heavy. But when you lift it up, and if it sticks up, it's dead. Half of this hair, like up to here, can just stick up when it's not wet. But I don't like to put too much product on the top of my hair because then it gets super tacky and greasy, even though I just washed it. It's like when you don't wash the shampoo out of your hair enough, so you just have that weird product and it dries funny. So it's more of me trying to prevent that, but we'll see if I did that well enough today. I'm gonna do a medium heat setting and a high fan setting, so it's gonna be a little loud, but we'll fast through this. There was this one time when I was on vacation where I only had a blow dryer, and I basically just blew dry my hair, or kind of like flipped like this, and it added so much volume, so I think I'm gonna try that again. But recently when I've been trying it makes my hair so frizzy. It was completely different. I thought I was gonna do fake nails for the holidays, but they ended up getting really gross because I washed my hands so much. and I had to take them off, so now I just have baby little nubs. It's so sad. But here is the hair. I think I'm gonna go back with those 2 clips and pin it right here. And then later on, I think I'm gonna go in with the shark again when it's a little bit more dry and just kind of curl out the bottoms of my hair. Okay, I just finished washing my hands because that serum, I just don't like when I touch my face afterwards. And we're just gonna quickly do some makeup. Look at all this frizz. Whoa. I haven't really changed my routine too much. The only thing I changed was I changed my foundation color because my summer one was way too tan, and it makes me so sad when I have to change it because that means I just lost my entire tan, and it feels like I didn't even have it for long. I always have a good couple weeks with it, and then it just disappears. It makes me so sad. A lot of my products got shifted around during travels, so this is going to be a messy little routine. So for foundation, I'm going to use a L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This is my winter color, and I haven't used this one in a while. Actually, I just started using it again because I've been using this Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint, and I really have been liking it, and it's been getting me used to the feeling of foundation. So now I'm able to go in with this and not really have a problem. My skin hasn't reacted poorly to it either, so that's another good thing because I think this is old, like really old. I also feel like I don't go in with too much, just a couple dots. I don't know, I feel like it could be worse. But I'm gonna take my giant brush. It's the 260 Real Techniques brush. It's one of my favorites. I love blending out with it because I can kind of just tap it in, and then later on when I feel like it's dried enough, I can go and kind of like buff it out. And then my goal is that it's gonna cover up these like 2 pimples that I've been getting from I don't even know what. Okay, I feel like the goal of this video was just to like catch up with you guys, so let's do a little fall 2025 semester recap. First, actually we'll just do a recap of the finals week and what I've been up to recently. So finals week was absolutely insane. I had a final every day, and there was one day where it was supposed to be like a rest day. I don't know what the technical term was, but basically it was just supposed to be classes. You weren't supposed to have any work or anything. Perfect, love that. However, my professor decided to put our last exam that day, and like rightfully so, do whatever you want. But I really wanted to take it early because I just wanted to get this exam over with so I could focus purely on final exams that were really important and affected my overall grades more, because like a normal exam is maybe 15%, but a final exam gets pushed to 30%, and I really just wanted to lock in since I was gonna have one every day. I asked him, hey, like, do you mind if I take this final early? Like, I'm happy to come in whenever you want on Friday. Whatever works best for you, let me know what you think. He wasn't rude or anything, but basically he said that I needed everyone in the class to agree to move the final so that I could take it on Friday. And I was like, I mean, like, it's just me wanting to take it on Friday. I don't think anyone else wants to. But he wasn't really picking up what I was putting down. And because of that, I had to take the final on Monday. No worries, I just think it's a funny little coincidence that there's a lot of miscommunication. But anyways, I ended up getting an A on that final, so it was for statistics. I don't think I was supposed to get an A. I knew that I at least had 2 or 3 questions wrong, and this whole exam is like out of 20 points, so 2 or 3 questions could already bring me down a good chunk. Normally my grades are like C's get degrees, sometimes D, because that's just where I am. And I don't know how he decided to give me an A on this exam, but it boosted my grade from B minus to an A. And then like the final projects we were doing like were super great. Those were grade boosters as well. That bumped me up to an A. I have never gotten an A in a biomed class, like ever. Maybe like by BME 110, which is like intro level, like just teaching you about what biomedical engineering is, and that was cake. So like that class doesn't even count. But this is like a 300 level course, and I was like, holy crap, that has never happened to me before. God, please have this happen on the rest of my classes. Like, I would do anything. Literally got on my knees and was praying. I was like, I can't believe that just happened. Like, thank you so much. Like, just like, thank you. And I was praying hard. And it was maybe 10 o'clock at night when I found out I had passed that class. Anyways, that happened. And the next day I had thermodynamics. Honestly, I felt prepared for that exam. But then I got into it and I was like, I don't know, Jack. Like, I don't know what's going on. What is this question even asking for? I couldn't even tell you. There were certain things he would ask for and I'd be like, I don't even know what that variable is. I don't even know what equation to use. I'm so confused. Basically, just kind of BS the whole thing. And there was an extra credit that, from who I talked to, people didn't really understand what it was. I completely took a guess and was like, I'm just gonna do this. I just want to see if I can get any points from this extra credit. I ended up going to his office hours on the last day of my final exams, and I was already so defeated because my last day of final exams was my hardest one. And I was like talking to my friends and they were saying how my professor showed them their grades because they asked and like I should totally go. And I wasn't really feeling too confident, but I was manifesting at least a C+ because that's what I needed in every class. So when I went into where I keep my grades, so like my personal grade portfolio, I put in a C+ and I was like, I'm gonna manifest this, whatever. And even though I was defeated, I kind of just felt like getting it over with and seeing what I got because I didn't want to wait. So I went in, I went to go talk to him, and basically I saw my exam and it was a B- or something, and I was like, whoa, how did that happen? I got the first question wrong, which was 10 points, and it was a yes or no question. I got one entire question wrong, but then it was the extra credit that saved me, and it was me completely BSing my way to it. Don't know how I got it, but I was like, oh, like, was there a curve on this? And my professor said, oh no, like, that's the extra credit, like, you got it, like, good for you. And I was like, what is going on? What is my luck? So that grade and then the addition of like quiz grades and everything brought me to a B. And I was like, he said my final grade and I was like, are you serious? I was like, oh my god, that's great. I am so happy with that. So it really made my day. And it was good because after my biomaterials exam on Friday, I was like, I don't want to look at my grades for the rest of the break. Like, I just really thought I would have to retake some classes is how poorly I felt about my academic standing at that time. But it ended up working out for 2 classes. So 2 out of like, how many classes am I taking? 2 out of 5 classes. We're good. We were set. I hit that C+ mark, whatever. Third day is my organic chem final. I am not the brightest when it comes to chemistry. I think it's interesting, especially organic chem, the way this professor taught it. The classes always went by super fast, and that's when you know, like, it's obviously an interesting course. But for some reason, I wasn't picking up the information, no matter how much interest I showed. And I see that a lot in some of the classes I take. I don't know why. My interest in the topic just doesn't work out. Also, I do study a lot. I spend so much of my time studying, so it kind of sucks when I don't have good academic standing when I'm like not going out or anything and I'm just studying. But everyone works at their own pace, and it worked out for me this semester. So I go into my organic chem final, and she's letting us take it early with her other class, which is not an organic chem class. It's, I think it it was intro to chemistry. And so they were also taking their final, but it's a classroom of maybe 70 chairs, and there were pretty much 70 people in the class. I'm like kind of squished between people. It's a little uncomfortable and really warm, so I feel like the testing environment was not ideal, but I definitely got it over with. And I fill out the extra credit form she gave us, and I basically just go up to her, hand her my exam, leave that final kind of defeated as well, because I was like, I've never gotten above, my highest exam grade in that class was maybe a C-, and my lowest exam grade was like failing, like, you know, and most of them were in the D plus D range, I think, or really low C. So I was feeling really scared about that final and not knowing what might happen. But I was already so tired from the other 2 exams that I took that I kind of took a break that night when I should have been studying and practicing for my presentation the next day. But took a much needed break. That grade came back, and it turned out, so I got a C- in that class, or no, on that final exam. And I was like, oh my god, I don't know how that's gonna affect my overall grade. I need a C- to pass this class. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But my professor is so amazing, and she said that if this grade was higher than another exam grade that you had, I can replace it, and it'll basically just give you the same grade twice. So like if I got 70 on a past exam, but I got 80 on this final, she would change that 70 to an 80, but then also keep the final grade, final exam grade to an 80 as well. So that was amazing. I was waiting for her to put that exam grade in for so long, and she also offers a lot of extra credit, which really benefited me as well. I made the C- mark on the dot because of this 5-point curve that she put on the final exam. Without that 5-point curve, I would have failed the class and had to retake it. I don't know what guardian angel was helping me that day, but I was so happy, so relieved. I was sitting on my couch like, holy, like I don't know what to do with myself. I know a lot of people probably don't like a C-, and that's completely fine, but I'm just trying to pass. I'm just trying to get my degree, and getting that C- was everything I needed, because I thought I needed such a good grade to pass that class, but her changing an exam grade if you got a higher grade on the final heavily impacted my trajectory for this class. So I just wanted to go and give her the biggest hug in the world, because I cannot believe that I passed that exam, or that class in general, just because of extra credit and this curve. Like, she never curved the exam, so I don't know why she did it this time, but it really helped me out, and I'm so grateful for that. So now we're on Thursday, and I have no exams, but I have a BME lab presentation. We were testing different types of footwear and how they impacted jump height. Our first trial presentation went really well. There was really nothing to be critiqued about it, but everything that was critiqued was doable. Like, we could change things, whatever, move them around. And I felt so confident about the trial presentation, but then when I got to the real presentation, I guess I freaked out a little bit. And I didn't stutter, I didn't say or anything like that, but I did mess up one part because I forgot a specific fact, and it just didn't feel as professional as my first round did. I wasn't too happy when I left that presentation, and I was just really tired, and the week was kind of really beating me up already, so I think it was just a lot building up. And the trial presentation was okay because I had nothing planned around it, but now I was in finals and I think it was just really bothering me. But we got through it. My team did amazing, and the final grades came out, and it ended up that we only got 1 point off, so we had a 29 out of 30, which is an A, and we got an A for the presentation and the report, and we were so happy. And like, that was just a big relief, because we really wanted to pass that class, especially because it was just the lab, and we did work really hard on it, so it just felt good to get a good grade. Because at the end of it as well, he asked us a question and we couldn't really answer it properly, so we thought that was going to impact us as well. But all is good. Ended up getting an A in that class, but it's only a 1 credit course, even though it's like a 6-hour lab in total, but all good. So that was really nice to see. And then that night I really had to lock in and study. I was kind of in a bad mood by the time the end of the week came around, and I feel so bad because all my roommates, I feel like they just had to deal with me when I was in my like mean era, and I was just not as happy and joyful. I was a little cranky, or just really quiet. I didn't have a lot of energy or anything because I've been so drained from all the studying. But besides that night I was just locking in. I was sitting at my desk for hours. Like, I did not leave my desk this entire week. I was just trying to focus because biomaterials is personally my hardest class, and there were so many things that I didn't know. I was studying poorly. I don't have a good study routine, and I think that impacts a lot of my testing grades and everything like that. So I was like, I wasn't really stressed. I don't think I get stressed like that, but I was nervous, and it was kind of impacting like the way I was studying, because I would think that making a study guide was beneficial, but then it would take a couple hours and I would only have a few hours to study it, so that was not beneficial at all. I was trying to make like cheat sheets and Quizlets, didn't end up using them. I just read straight from the textbook, and the next morning I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. I woke up early. I didn't really get a lot of sleep. It felt really hard. No, I just felt like I wasn't gonna perform well, but I went in, I was calm, took the exam. I was one of the last people out of the classroom, but that's normally how it goes anyways. I don't really mind that. I like to like use up my time, but sometimes that impacts me poorly, because if it's like multiple choice or something, then I'm sitting there second guessing myself, changing it. I got out of that exam, and my friends were waiting for me that entire 2 hours, and I felt so bad. But I was just explaining like, hey, like I was checking over the multiple choice, I couldn't stop changing it around, and they were like, you're such an overthinker, and I'm like, dude, I literally know, like, I need to relax when it comes to that. But testing is not my strong suit, so here we are. I don't know what my grade was in that class, because he didn't really upload it like that, and I kind of want to ask to see how I ended up with a B, but I ended up with a B. And every exam I've taken, I at least get a C- or a C, but I think there were some curves that I didn't know about. And then also, there was a final project that I really worked hard on, because it was 20% of the grade. It was equivalent to the exam grades, and I was like, if I can get a perfect grade on this, it'll really help me out, just kind of evening my cumulative grade in that class. And so it was a full semester project, you know, like you had the entire semester to work on it, and I started it as early as possible, got it done as early as possible, showed him that I got it done. Like, I would go to his office hours a lot, talk to him about it, and obviously show like, I'm working hard on this, please notice that, and like give me a good grade. He ended up giving me an A, which is amazing. I'm so grateful for that. And I think that A really boosted my grade, because I don't know how I got to a B. Like, it's unfathomable. I don't know how I passed all my classes, but I was so thankful. I prayed so much, and obviously something paid off. I don't know what it was, but could not be happier. And now I can enjoy my break. I'm literally turning 21 over this break, and I could not be more excited to just relax, because every semester since I started school, there's always been one class that I failed, and I had to get a couple classes exempt, and luckily, like, I've had professors that are willing to exempt me from them. But it's just not a good feeling looking at my grades and then realizing like I'm not doing as well as I would like. And I'm not one to compare myself to my friends, because they're so smart and like they are incredible people. But so like what they're looking for is like A's and stuff. What I'm looking for is like a C+. Like, that's all I need. And honestly, I think a C+ is a little high. It's like an 80 or something, but anyways, I like that. I'm definitely good in that area. It's just like I don't like seeing my grades if it's a situation where I would need to retake a class, because with my major you can't really be behind if you miss out on one biomed class, then you have to wait 2 more semesters to retake that class, because these classes are only offered certain semesters, and it just completely affects the trajectory of like when you're supposed to graduate. So I think trying to understand that has been really, really hard, because I don't want to graduate a year later because I missed one class, and I don't want to miss out on all these classes. Like, the prerequisites, obviously you need these classes, but it's so hard to just keep up with sometimes. But this semester, I'm so proud of myself for getting through with grades that high. Like, I would have been so happy with a C+. Like, no worries. No worries here if that was what's gonna happen. But I ended with A's and B's and 1 C-, but I knew that was gonna happen, and I was like, thank God. But I don't know, I'm just very grateful, and that was my fun little recap. So like, and then I got an interview with this company that I'm dying to work with. I found out I was their first interviewee, and that made me a little nervous, but I had an amazing time. The interviewer was so great to talk to. The conversation flowed. She showed interest. She sounded like she was listening. And I felt so comfortable, and I felt a lot more confident than I've ever felt in any other interview. So I'm hoping I get that. But like I said, I was the first interviewee, so I hope I'm memorable enough to the point where she's like gonna vouch for me a little bit. But yeah, I prepped for that. I stayed at my apartment all weekend just to prepare for that, and I think that paid off as well. This blush is not blending out. So this is a cloud paint I'm using by Glossier, and it's in Storm. It's such a nice color, but it doesn't blend out. And if I touch it with my hands or something without setting it, then it gets super splotchy. I don't know if you can see that, but it's such a gorgeous color, and I bought it on a whim because I went to the store and I was like, well, I've never been to the store before, I kind of just want to buy something. I needed a blush, and here I am. And although I love the color, I just don't like the application sometimes. And I know you're maybe not supposed to use a brush for it, but I feel like my hands, they make it too patchy, and I feel like it's worse. Sometimes it's a hit or miss, you know. But yeah, going back to the interview, I felt like it was good. There's been some complications with like my recommendation email going through, but besides that, I have faith that it's going to work out in the end. And my old boss has been so amazing with helping me out with recommendations. I'm gonna have to get him a gift and plan that out. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much my school update. I've just never had a semester go this well, and it makes me really excited for later courses because I was kind of in a rut, but now I feel just so relieved. Also, right now I'm setting my my liquid products. I'm setting my liquid products first, and then I'm gonna go in with my powder products. So while that dries, I'm gonna do my eyeliner. And just to top off this entire week, I got to go to Rhode Island and visit my friend who goes to URI, and I had the best time with my friends. My one friend here, she drove us down so that she could pick up her sister, and we just got to spend like 3 days at my friend who goes, can you hear my dad playing music? He loves to play the piano, so that's just what that is, if you can hear that. But yeah, we got to visit my friend in URI and see her house, see just like what she does. It was so nice there. They had beaches. She literally lives in a beach house, and I live in a freaking college apartment. Like, I got so jealous, and I was like basically comparing my house the entire weekend because I was like, this is unreal. But you can check out my Instagram if you want to see some pictures. I had the best time with them. Honestly, kind of sad that it ended already, but it's hard like seeing high school friends over break because you used to see them every day, and the dynamic just completely shifts. But it's reassuring to know that when you like come back together, that you can kind of bounce off conversations like you used to, so I find a lot of reassurance in that as well. But seeing them just makes me so nostalgic, and I love it. I like this one trick where you kind of close your eye and you rub the eyeliner onto the bottom lash, and it gives you that tight line look without messing up your makeup too much. Sometimes I get it wrong and it completely ruins my eyeliner, but sometimes I get lucky and it looks good. Today it looks okay. But yeah, basically I celebrated by going on that little Rhode Island trip and hanging out with my friends, and it was a really fun time. I never realized how nice Rhode Island was, but now knowing what kind of goes on there, I want to take a trip back, and I feel like my parents would really like it there as well. Also, another eyeliner trick I learned was, I use a brush because I use a gel eyeliner, but some people could take the pencil and they like put it at one corner of their eye to touch their top eyelid. They just close their eye and run it through, and it gets along that entire inner line at the top, and it just makes for a perfect tight line. It's so good. Sometimes I do miss and I get some product on the outside, but it's really easy to just kind of wipe away. And then if there's any smudging on the outside of my eyes, I like to bring it out and turn it into a wing. We'll just do that little eye technique again. And I don't know if you could see a difference, but it's cute, it's fun. And I like to do this more than I like to do mascara. And normally I go in with the Epic Wear liquid eyeliner afterwards, because I start with the Long Lasting Drama Maybelline gel eyeliner, which is like a brush application. And just to kind of set it is when I go in with the liquid eyeliner, but I'm not really feeling that today. It's going to be a little more of like a smoky liner instead. I think that's matching my vibe. And then I'm going to go in with some powder. Just kind of set everything, because when I film videos, my makeup can smudge and get messed up, and I just want to make sure it's going to stay. Not only do I go in with like a loose powder, I go in with a bronzer. I got the wrong color because when it looks like this, it looks completely different than when you actually open it. Like, that looks so much more orange. I guess I didn't really think about that when I was buying it. But no worries, I'm just gonna blend that in. And it's nice because sometimes when I blend in with the liquid products, it washes away the concealer I put on certain pimples. So going in with a powder, especially this Infallible Fresh Wear one, because it's a foundation powder, it can go back and cover those little spots. And then to top it all off, this is my favorite part. I love going in with a blush. My cousin got me this Estee Lauder blush last Christmas actually, so this is a little old. But I just like to kind of set that blush because I really don't like when it moves. And Glossier just makes such nice products that it's kind of sad that it does move like that. I like to go on my nose a little and on my chin because my chin just looks pale. But that's basically it for my face makeup. For a lippy, I'm gonna go in with this NYX Fat Oil. It's in a brown shade and it looks really nice when you pair it with the NYX liner, the Cocoa liner. I think I got it when before it was reformulated, but I'm not going to use that today because I'm gonna have to reapply so much after filming this video. Whoa, that is dark. I wouldn't say this is like the best long-lasting lip oil, but it's definitely cute. I like it. I have it in like 3 colors. So yeah, let me set my face one last time. And I'm gonna take out my hair. Here is the final look. Thank you so much for getting ready with me. Stay tuned for the next video I'm gonna post because I'm gonna do a quick little outfit video for you guys today that I'm really excited to get back onto YouTube. Hopefully it lasts a little bit longer than it did last time, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm glad we got to catch up again. Subscribe if you aren't already, and thank you so much if you made it this far. Bye!